What's good, YouTube? It's King Greco, the king of the chase down. I got a ranked match for you. In this game, it's just gonna be a real chill. You know, don't worry, it's not gonna be anywhere near as fast as the last one. And I hope this one's mobile too. But yeah, like last game, I was talking kind of fast. I will admit there was time I even had to slow it down to keep up with myself. But you know, this one is not gonna be about the gameplay like always. It's gonna be like, you know, just about basketball-related things that I just wanted to talk about. And also like a little bit about the channel. Matter of fact, let me get that part out of the way. Like the last My Player game I uploaded, it was, I don't know if it's because it wasn't available on mobile, which I know a lot of views and feedback come from mobile. And I had chose the wrong music, and it was taking long enough to get up, so that game wasn't, you know, mobile, so people couldn't like, you know, interact with it. And I was asking for, I guess, a certain level of interaction to let me know whether people are still interested in seeing My Player, but you know, I guess it wasn't there, so it let me know that either people are not interested in seeing it anymore, or they just couldn't interact to let me know. So pretty much I'm just gonna, I guess, from this point on until 2K12, I'm probably just gonna have to do alternate between crew games and ranked matches. And I'll probably just, I guess, as long as the video does not get any more popular or anything on it, whatever, on the last My Player game, I'm probably just gonna tell you guys what happened in the third season instead of taking the time out to edit it, because My Player is like the hardest thing to edit. It's so long. It's an hour. Like, geez, like this is just 30 minutes. Maybe faster. There's no fouls, but and look at that pathetic jump ball. But yeah, that's just a little bit about the channel. Now, but I'm trying to try to get better music choices to make sure that my videos are available on mobile all the time. And if I can't get full songs, whatever, I'm at least gonna try to get you guys, you know, like high quality instrumentals, like in my last video. And yeah, but that lockout is really disappointing. I said before that I thought that the big threes were gonna kill the league, and they are because the NBA, they said that they basically want a league where they can make it affordable and competitive, and they give every team a fair chance at winning. And there is definitely not a fair chance of winning. Like usually when you see the playoff teams, you really think that like the bottom two teams on both sides have no chance at all, and every team who didn't make it to the playoff definitely has no chance. And people are saying you can do whatever you want, you can go buy, spend as much money as you want, as long as you're inside the salary cap, blah blah blah, whatever. But when you have teams like big threes and things like that, or big fours, basically teams that were just put together, you're gonna make it so impossible for the competition that they're just gonna have to keep doing the same thing. What happens if let's say Tyreek Evans or not even Tyreek Evans, let's say what's the guy's name? How can I forget this? But the guy who was drafted first this year, whatever. What happens if he becomes a superstar player out there in Cleveland, and he's like, you know what, we can't compete. We always lose to the big three. So you know what, I'm gonna take my talents to Los Angeles, and I'm gonna play alongside Kobe Bryant. Then Cleveland screwed again, and every other team that can't compete and has a budding rising star or whatever, who they basically, I guess you could say, raised throughout their NBA career, they're gonna do the same thing. And it's like, look at the Bobcats. They were finally coming up, and they traded away every piece of greatness they had. Now what do they have? They have no chance left. Like, even if Jordan wants to come back, what are they gonna do? But so I said the lockout was gonna kill not the lockout, the teams. Basically, like what they did is going to cause an even worse situation for the lockout. And a lot of teams are going to lose out on money, and they're not going to be able to keep their teams. Like, I mean, maybe that means Seattle might get a team again, but smaller teams like Sacramento, they weren't even sure whether they're going to be in Sacramento this season, regardless of whether there was a season or not, because they're not getting the attendance, you know? Like even if they do good at home, nobody wants to see a team with bad players. Look at Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta has good players. I don't know why their fans don't show up, especially when Josh Smith does dunks like that. But yeah, like a lot of teams are losing out on money, and like if you have basically a fair league like they had before, where everybody had a strong chance back in the like 90s and the 80s, whatever. Like, you know, they had Jordan, and like he was still struggling to get into the playoffs because the teams were that tough and competitive. Like, if it's back like that again, then the NBA is going to be at another all-time high. But in the lockout, speaking of other things that's screwing over, 2K12. You know, the lockout is going. How did Kyle Korver manage to do that? Did you see him grab 2 rebounds over the whole team? But yeah, the lockout, it's going to screw us over, because when it comes to 2K12, they're talking about how if a player is not in the league anymore, like let's say like Darren Williams and the other players who are going to go over, like Nicholas Batum, or the players who are just in free agency in general, they're not going to be represented in the game until the lockout ends. So a lot of teams, they're going to be like the Nets. There's going to be almost no reason to play as them unless you're a big fan of Brook Lopez, and it's just gonna suck overall. But at least like 2K12, they're gonna have greatest mode. I'm looking forward to that. They already released 5 people: Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Julius Erving, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I can't wait to do the skyhook. I don't know if I'm gonna do videos from greatest mode, but I'm excited for it. I did the Jordan challenge. I did it like twice. Look at me killing this turbo. He's not gonna catch me. But yeah, I love Jordan challenges, so I know greatest mode is gonna be great. Also, you can and when you beat greatest mode, you're gonna be able to unlock the teams and play against teams from today. I hope that means online in a private match. Like if I'm playing against my friends, why does it matter whether I use an old team or not? I just don't get it. That doesn't make any sense to me. And so basically, the only time I've ever played it as an old school team online was the time when I played a team up game and they put me at the Sonics versus the Bulls, which we won. And oh, look at that right there! You saw that guy just join my party. You know, guys, please don't do that. Actually, I'll talk more about that after the halftime show.
Oh yeah, you know where I stay. Nigga, I'm posted in the area. Sitting low, my phantom riding high. Every turn I ride by, nigga, I'm the shit, but not like this.
But yeah, like about that whole join the party thing, like you know, guys, I try to respond to you on here on the videos, or especially in the messages. I think I respond to, like, let's say about like 90% of them, and profile comments also. But you know, when I'm on Xbox, you know, I like to have a certain level of privacy. So like, please don't just join my stuff randomly. I don't like having to make my parties private. Like, you know, if you can send me a message without a response to that, but don't just like jump in like that, because you never know what a person might be talking about at the time. And anyway, back to the greatest mode. They were talking about how they're gonna make it extra realistic. That's what the vice president, Jason Argent, said, vice president of marketing at 2K Sports, and he was saying that they're gonna make it so realistic that if a team didn't even have color back then, they're gonna show the game in black and white. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but at least that lets me know that they're going to be going back 40, 50 years. You never, like, that means maybe Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain might be inside of it, or Jerry West. You know, that's the silhouette for the NBA logo right there. Jerry West, I can't wait to play. That's the original Mr. Clutch. Forget about Robert Horry, forget about Kobe Bryant, Dirk Nowitzki. That is Mr. Clutch right there. So I'm looking forward. I hope he's in the game on one of those 15 historic teams. They need to bring in Dominique Wilkins, Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Karl Malone. Bring in everybody. You know, 15 teams, not 15 players, but 15 teams. That's a lot of good players, especially the Dream. I can't wait to use some of the greatest post moves of all time. Well, let me calm down before I get too excited about this greatest mode and just talk about that the entire time. But yeah, normally around this time of year, I like to do a ESPN or Yahoo or AOL.com fantasy league. Like, I do it every 2 years, and so far I'm undefeated. I won 5 years ago, and I won 3 years ago. 4 years ago and 2 years ago. So but the thing is, there's no league right now, so I can't really do it. If the league comes back, do you guys want to be a part of it? Because I'm gonna do it anyway. But let me know if you guys want to be a part of it, and I can make like a YouTube thing. It's a fantasy league online on AOL or Yahoo. You can go Google it or whatever. You probably receive emails about it, or NBA.com, whatever. So it's not like, it has nothing to do with the video game. It's about real life stats and real life players, and who basically understands the players and their teams. And that was nasty in traffic.
The alley-oop. Oh! Boom!
I always say you're doing something right when Clark Kellogg says he gets excited for you, because he's a hater. But anyway, Oh, I forgot to mention that I played against my 1,000 subscriber inside a crew game. Like, he subscribed to me at 1 o'clock in the morning, and we played him in a crew game at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, well, he's like, I'm just your subscriber. I said, what's your YouTube name? So I went and go checked it, right? And it said that in my email that he was that basically he was the third to last subscriber, and I had 1,000 and what was it, 1,002 or 1,003, either one. But I just know that it was number 1,000. I was like, are you kidding me? Really? Seriously? So I was gonna get rid of the video, cause like, even regardless of how we do, there's a lot of videos I get rid of depending on what happens inside the game, whatever. Like, sometimes I don't know. I just tend to get rid of a lot of videos because like they take up a lot of space. But I'm gonna keep the video because that one's special. That one's gonna come. I don't know when, but it's gonna come eventually, soon. And look at this guy. You saw how many free throws it said that he missed? He's 0 for 7 this game with Carlos Boozer. If he would have hit his free throws, this would only be a 7-point game. Or a 9-point now. But yeah, like another thing I want to mention, like when it comes to fantasy leagues, in case you guys do want to join, you really have to pay attention to last year and the year before that to understand like what's going to happen with the players. Like, and also, you know, are their minutes changing? Are they on a new team? Like, there's a lot of things that go into it. Like a couple years ago, the last time I did it, I drafted Gerald Wallace, Joakim Noah, and Russell Westbrook, and they all had breakout years that year. Because you just have to basically know, you have to see the trends. If you watch real basketball, you'll do fine. If not, and you don't understand what it is, you know, then, you know, whatever. Like, maybe you can join the next one. It just happened to be one of those games where I'm not going to be talking about any type of gameplay at all. And like, it's not like me. But if you guys like it, I know there's some people who like certain things, and some people like gameplay, some people like talking about, you know, other topics. So, you know, just let me know. Although odds are I probably will be going back to gameplay because there's so many highlights I wanted to point out that I didn't. I still hope that you enjoyed the video.
We in the best of your vibe. They saying hip hop dead. I say we kept it alive. A-Town. And don't you ever get it confused, cause we the ones who sold it to the dude that sold it to you. First album out the trunk, I started making some bills. Then in 6 short years I sold 15 mil. A fool in College Park, went to school in College Park, bought a crib in College Park, and still live in College Park. You can't tell me nothing, so fuck what you say. I wasn't born, but I'ma die in Atlanta, GA. Hey!
You know where I'm from, you know where I stay. Polo down to my socks, posted in the A. My Chevy sitting low, my Phantom riding high. The maze go up every time I ride by. Shawty, what's up? I'm the shit. Yeah, you can do it, but not like this. What's up? Up in this bitch. ATL, I can do this all day.
Another one of my typical ranked matches. This is a box score. You can see we all shot well. This is what I tend to do in ranked match. I take good shots. I don't try to force things in. I try to spread the ball around. Like, pretty much 10 guys played this game. And as you can see, every quarter except for one, I outscored them to make sure that, you know, you have the win and you're comfortable. You don't have to like worry about playing catch up. And look at him, 16 with Derrick Rose. I want to get you guys games against other people, but everybody chooses the same teams. The Heat, the Bulls, like, it gets annoying. The Lakers, there's no variety. So, but if you guys like this video, you know, please like the video. Maybe more different commentary next time.